Hi guys, welcome back. As you can see, I'm still working on it. It's getting there. Once I get this all filled in, then I'll be able to blend it up, but it's been slow. And I do work on it over and over again. There was so many little tiny details, and I don't even know why I did it this way, but we'll see what it comes out looking like. This is only a base level wax, so it's not going to look anything like it when I'm done. So today I am going to do a review. I got sent a picture by somebody who insisted they didn't have talent. When I saw her picture, I'm going to completely disagree. We're talking about style, and today I'm going to show it to you. Okay, I was sent this picture by one of my subscribers, and it was somebody who I sort of was debating whether she had talent or not. I saying that she does, and she was insisting she did not have an inner ability. And when she sent me her picture, I was really surprised why she would think that way about herself. Her use of colors in this picture is magnificent. She did send me a picture of what influenced her to choose these colors, and she was really spot on. She was going through, she found flowers that she liked in the colors scheme in the flower bouquets, and then she had a table that she really liked, and she sort of incorporated all the colors together. I think she did magnificent as far as that goes. This picture really surprised me because it sort of reminded me of Van Gogh's Sunflower, the simplicity of it. And I really like that. Now, while this isn't the style that I am going for, the simple use of the colors was really good for its own style. Now, if we're going to turn around and make this into a more three-dimensional picture, I think that's where she was trying to go with it, and I'm going to help her in that way. So if she was looking for the simplicity, she's spot on. A little bit of technical problems here and there, but as far as the simplicity of it goes, it was really good. So if that's what you were going for, I give you high marks in that. It was fine. Now, if we wanted to take this picture and make it slightly more three-dimensional, and that's where I'm going to help her with today. Okay, as far as her technical skills, there's some smudges, and they're noticeable smudges. They're not like little smudges. There's something that you can see from a distance, and it's right in here, right over here, and it went a little wonky over here. And your background is underdone, and your strokes are going in multiple directions, which tells me you're really kind of doing the scribble. I want to see strokes, and that's what I want to see for you, is to bring your strokes onto the paper from just a colorist that you were as a child or a teenager to a more artistic type of stroke. So I don't really see any stroke style here. I see some scribbling and no defined marks. Stroke, stroke, stroke going across the page. It's what you need to practice. There's a lot of color missing where there should have been. There could have been a gradient over here. It just kind of, the color just kind of splotched right there. So that's just underdone. It doesn't mean that the picture is bad. You could go back and continue working on the background, and it would be fine. I also suggest you put a piece of paper underneath your hand so you don't have things like boo-boos over here and the color going in here a little wonky. You might have been trying to fade this into another off-color background, which faded out this. Um, it's just a mistake over here. And the same thing over here, you had these nice defined shapes, and then I don't know where you were going with over here. So that's like technical things. I like the terracotta effect that you had over here. You might not notice it, but you have a really nice light gradient going here. And I want to point out, I believe your light source was up here. It wasn't really defined very well. So I don't know which direction your lighting was coming from. These objects would have been on a table, so there definitely would have been some sort of shadowing. I haven't done my shadowing video yet. Tomorrow, once I finish the other picture, we're going to shadow it, which is different than shading. It's definitely different. So you might want to continue to work at this after you watch that video. Your color schemes here are slightly flat. Even when going for a simple picture, always use 3 at least. Pick 3 colors. Your main hue. So if you were going, your main hue was the pink, this would be a perfect choice for your darker, and then I would go one lighter than that, so that you have a gradient selection of pencils, which does not include black and white. Black and white are tools that you can use to darken and lighten up your hues. These pictures, these flowers, I'm not 100% sure what you were going with. Here they were orange, here they were green, with the same twisting. I would have darkened it up. If you wanted to make these green, I wouldn't have made it so stark yellow. I would have done a green gradient with, remember the arrows or tips that I showed you? Always darken in these areas, because that will give these flowers or these leaves a twist, or a 3-dimensional twist. So in here, dark to light gradient would really make these pop. The same thing for the ceramic over here. Dark working towards your highlight, which would have been around here. Dark gradient to a light. Now this is a perfect example here of the open space video that I did yesterday. I probably, if I had this picture or this book, I probably would have chosen this for this being the exact example of how to round this out in a large space. So I do recommend watching that video. It was yesterday's video on how to fill in large spaces that aren't backgrounds. This I'm going to do next week. This kind of has like a pumpkin, even though it's green and blue, it has like a pumpkin feel, and I think that next week I'm going to do a pumpkin video just because everybody's going to get into the holiday spirit, and we're going to all be doing our pumpkin pictures, and I'm going to show you how to shade a pumpkin. So altogether, this is a really good picture. I would have gone, here's your points. Remember to look for your arrows and darken in where your arrows are. And I would have done the gradient with down in here much darker, which is probably going to make more sense tomorrow. But this is where I'm going to pick out. Did a gradient over here. You could have started with a darker green and gone up through the olive green and the avocado green over here. And that would have brought this whole thing, this whole leaf area to life more. The same here. Dark. This is a round vase. Darken in going this way to this way with a highlight in the middle will show that this goes around. Under here, the same thing. If this was darkened in a little bit more, even if it was a shade or two darker on either side, and underneath here would have shown that there was a lip. These jewels are really nice. I would have imagined to my eye that they would have had a highlight in them, just to make them pop more. So this picture is really nice as a simplistic style. For a more three-dimensional style, take my tips, maybe work on it for another day, bringing out some of these things. Every one of these should have a highlight. They should all be done as a sphere. Darken at least down here on the bottom of these and have a highlight in them. So good job, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care.
What you saw and you want to see more, hit that like and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that bell.